When there are more people involved, our brains tend to automatically assume there's more work. It's Leah, your professional organizer, giving you hacks, inspiration, and reviews to help you get and stay organized in your home and on your vacation. I'll leave the links to all my social media handles down below because I give you a little something different on each of the platforms. If you like what I'm sharing here on YouTube, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and thank you to all my returning subscribers. Hello, how are you doing? Today we're going to talk about how to get kids to organize. So if you're a parent, future parent, family member, nanny, teacher, or something like that, you came to the right video. When I was 10, my sister was born, and I feel like I've been surrounded by kids ever since. All of my second cousins, nieces, friends' kids, clients' kids are the inspiration to why helping kids organize is one of my specialties. When there are more people involved, our brains tend to automatically assume there's more work, it's a fact, it's never gonna change, it's only gonna multiply, but more people can mean more hands. Unless we're talking about like a newborn, then they're definitely not gonna give a hand on the organization front. But we're going to talk about how to get kids involved in organizing starting from when they're mobile. And while it's beneficial for everyone to start kids organizing at a young age, it's never too late to become interested in organizing. So no matter how old your kids are, I'll make sure that you get something from this video. So how do you get your kids to be organized? First, let's talk about the word chores. I'm sure a lot of bad feelings are coming up right now. Maybe this is something that you had to do in order to do what you really wanted to do. You know, if you clean your room, then you can hang out with your friends. Or maybe this is how you earned or lost your allowance. Maybe this was a punishment for misbehaving. Even though a lot of parents have done this, we can do better. First of all, do not use chores negatively or as a consequence, and your kids won't see them in a negative light. Second, instead of focusing on the tasks that you've been conditioned to hate or the things you'd rather be doing, focus on how good it feels when your things are put away, when your things are clean, when you have space to breathe, and all of the positive aftermath that chores bring. And let's just throw away the word chores while we're at it because we don't really have a healthy attachment to the word. Let's reframe it to getting things done around the house for ourselves and positively frame it for the next generation. So this brings me to my first point on how you're going to organize with your kids. Number one, have a positive attitude. Your attitude is everything. And even though this video is about kids, it really starts with you. If they see that you're enjoying yourself when you're folding or putting away the dishes, they're gonna pick up on that and they're gonna want to be a part of it. So smile, put on music and dance, turn on the TV as background noise, and maybe even say out loud, "I love laundry." And even though you're probably lying, maybe you'll fool yourself. You can start from birth. Whenever they're awake and not in need of something and you need to get something done, just bring them into the room with you. I'm a big fan of talking to kids like they're adults that need assembly instructions for everything. So in simple words, talk to them about what you're doing, how good it makes you feel once you've done this for yourself. You can get silly with it, make a jingle. Now I know my ABCs. Won't you organize your spices using them? And even though it'll be too complex of an idea at first, kids are wild and one day it'll click. Number two, have patience. Some people are more natural at organizing and more willing to be organized, but everyone needs guidance. I definitely didn't pop out of the womb folding t-shirts, so even if your kid is destined to be a professional organizer, you have to put in the time up front. And that time up front is going to save you time for years to come, and kids take up a lot of your time, so cut this corner. Include them in keeping a nice home, and remind yourself to have patience. And if you feel like you're losing it, take a deep breath, take a step back, and let them work through it and grow at their own pace, which sometimes can feel slow. Number three, think about what you'd like your kids to do around the house. This is like the prologue of the life skills class that everyone wants to learn how to do their taxes and that sort of thing, but for simpler tasks at home. We are literally building motor skills, mindfulness, and routine, so here are some things that your kids can help with at home. Toys and playroom organization. This is where kids are the most and where parents feel like they're cleaning up multiple times a day. My brother and sister-in-law actually have a really good rule no matter where their kids are playing that I want to share with you, and that's if they're playing with something and they're done with it, clean it up, put it away, and then you can play with the next thing. And so what this does is negate a lot of the feelings of if I clean something up, then I'm never going to be able to play again, and also a lot of the I can't find it cries. When kids are super young, you can show them and talk them through you putting away the toy if they're awake. Once they're able to sit up, you can bring them over a bin and they can put the toy in the bin because that's a game in itself. And once they become more mobile, they can crawl or walk over to the bin and put it in there or shoot hoops into the bin, and it'll just become a habit. From an adult perspective, set your kids up for success here. Bookshelves and bins can be really helpful and don't have to be expensive. Also, as your kids are growing out of books and toys, involve them in the process of donating them to kids in need or storing them for a baby sibling, and this can give your kids a sense of pride in sharing and giving to others. As kids become tweens and teens, involve them in designing the display of their collectibles and their games. Take this as an opportunity to build something together and to spend quality time one-on-one. Desk and classroom organization. This is just an extension of organizing toys and playrooms, but I've noticed kids are doing this in the opposite direction, where they're building the habit of putting their things away in the classroom first. So your kids are ready to put their things away much sooner than you're giving them credit for, because someone else was able to get your kids and other people's kids to put their things away at the same time. Laundry and closet organization. This is my favorite because it's the thing that parents think their kids are so incapable of, and they're surprised with the most because they've been spending so much time trying to keep their kids away from any piece of folded clothing. A few easy things to start: you can have them put their dirty clothes into the hamper or into the washing machine. If you have a top loading washing machine, you can pick them up so they can put dirty clothes into the washing machine. You can have them press the button to have it go on. Open and close the doors. If you have a front loading dryer, they can help you unload the dryer. And of course, I want you to invite them to fold clothes with you. I've had tons of kids keep me company while I'm folding, so why not have your kids keep you company while you're folding? While you're folding your things, they can fold a few of their things like shorts or pants, and depending on their age, it might be like a toy for them. It might be that they fold however they think they should fold, or they might ask you to show them how to fold what they're folding. Also, show them your folded piles. I know you're freaking out right now if you have young kids. You're thinking they're gonna tear it all apart. They won't. Show them the stack, ask them if they think it looks nice, pat the stack, and let them know that they can pat the stack too. It's going to divert them from tearing everything apart, whether it's folded on the bed or put away in the drawer, to patting it now, and also invite them to open and close the dresser drawers with you, and now you don't even have to think about getting those ugly child safety locks. You can also fold some clothes together. Maybe you want help buttoning buttons or zipping zips or untying ties. These are things kids are working on anyways with their toys that are literally buttons, zippers, and ties. Why not have them applied in the real world? And once you're done doing that together, or they're done doing it, then you can fold. Even further, beyond organizing clothes in a closet, they can help you pack their suitcase starting at 2. Let them know where they're going, what they're going to be doing, if it's going to be hot or cold. You can use this as a counting lesson when you're putting in the amount of travel outfits that they need or the amount of other things that they need. There's also a temperature chart that can help kids get dressed and know what to wear for the weather as they get older. So let's say that you're going to Disney and it's going to be hot. So you can say to your kid, do you want to wear shorts? What pair of shorts do you want to wear? What top do you want to wear with those shorts? Or you can show them outfits and say, do you like this outfit? Do you want to pack this outfit? And then again, you can fold everything together. As kids get older, they can be responsible for their laundry and putting all their clothes away. They might start taking their clean clothes and bringing it into their room to fold without you, but always be a resource if they need help folding something or if they want your advice on where something should go. And if you notice that they're not doing their laundry, say something like, do you need help with your laundry? Instead of something naggy like, did you do your laundry yet? And also, once they go to college, you're setting them up for success. They'll know how to do their laundry. They don't have to call you, and they won't have their clothes all over the floor. Making the bed. If your kids come into your bedroom in the morning and it's time to make the bed, they can help you with it. They can help you bring the comforter up. They can help you smooth the comforter, fluff the pillows. If you're changing your sheets, they can help you with changing the pillowcase. They've always known you've been in this big bed. They're curious about it and they want to be involved. When they transition into their own big kid bed, you can help them with making their bed. Let them know about all of the sheets and pillows and of course their favorite stuffed animals to sleep with that go on the bed. Show them how they make it every morning like you do, and ask them to make the bed with you, and one morning you're going to wake up and they're going to have their bed already made without you. If they're older, they don't need the explanation of what goes on the bed. You can just start making the bed together, and if they want privacy, you can bring up a new tradition of making your beds every morning so that you start your day off fresh, and if you've done nothing else for the day, at least you've done this. Everyone will transition into making their own beds every morning as a part of their morning routine, and when your kids grow up and they have a roommate or a partner, they'll be happy to know that your kids make their bed every morning. Dishes and kitchen organization. I think it's so important to give your kids their own cabinet or drawers that they can reach with their bowls, plates, cups, silverware, and really give it to them. Tell them it's theirs. It essentially has their name on it, has all their things in it, and they can go in it. So when you're having a meal, ask them if they can get their own bowl. Let them bring their bowls to the dishwasher. Let them unload the dishwasher with you of their things. If they can't reach the rack that it's on, you can hand it to them. And if they're putting it away and you see that they're struggling, you can encourage them that they're doing a great job and they're capable of doing it. You can also, with words, walk them through how to stack the cups in each other, or you can show them how to do that and then ask them to recreate it. When they're older, they can put the pots in the dishwasher. They can unload the whole dishwasher with you in the room, without you. And then once they have their own apartment, they don't have to call you up and say, how do I do this? Bathroom organization. There's not much to do here when they're little, but as they get older and more things get introduced into their routine that they can pick up and put back away, show them where everything is, let them do that, and it'll become a part of their morning, night, and bath time routines. As kids get older and they get lip glosses and deodorants and that sort of thing, shopping for organization product together can be fun and give tweens and teens a sense of pride over their bathroom. There are so many other areas that kids can actively be helpful organizing, like putting their scooters and helmets back in the garage, putting their shoes back on their shoe shelf after they've come home, hanging their jackets and backpacks on low hooks, packing and unpacking their backpacks from school. Also, kids love brooms and vacuums. You can give them a turn with the adult one, or you can get them a kid one so they can play alongside you. Anything that you do for yourself and you want them to do for themselves, they can do. Just ease them in, let them say yes to the task, be gentle versus forceful, and everything you teach them will be a tool that they'll have with them forever. Number 4, be consistent. You have to be consistent. And sure, they won't always want to do the task that you're asking them to do, and that's okay, but be consistent with asking them and also be open to them wanting to do these tasks, because otherwise you're signaling to them that they couldn't possibly find any joy in cleaning up after themselves. And then when your expectation is that they do it, well, you've already told them that it's not joyful. It's easy to forget to be consistent or make excuses as to why you're not consistent, because if you want it done right, just do it yourself, or it's quicker if you do it yourself. But if you just let them walk their dish to the dishwasher and you allow that time, maybe you set a timer on Alexa or on your iPhone so that it's 5 minutes earlier than you would have scrambled to get out the door, then you're giving them that time to walk things to the dishwasher, and they're picking up on that skill. You're being consistent and you're still getting everywhere on time. So be consistent and they'll get quicker at it, and they'll start to be the ones that are more consistent with it because it'll be a part of their routine to keep their space nice. And there will be some tasks that they can be more consistent with quicker because they are drawn more to them and they're more natural at them. But don't let that discourage you from introducing more difficult skills or less natural skills, because at the end of the day, they're going to need all of these skills to be an adult. Number 5, use words of affirmation. When you're approaching a task with your kids, use the word help and be super positive. Kids love to be helpful. And if for some reason they say no, that's okay. You can save the task for later, or you can start doing it on your own, and they might even join you. They might even join you when you're doing something that you don't think is fun at all, and they'll ask you to help. And if you think it's safe, I'd encourage you to say yes. When you're doing a task with your kids, give them words of encouragement like, wow, you're doing so great. I love doing this with you. That's such a smart way to do this.
Pretty. I like that.
If they ask for help as you're doing a task together, give them the attention that they're asking for. Walk them through step by step, ask them if it makes sense, give them a turn with the new instructions. And if they're doing it a little bit differently and it's still working, it's so natural for us to say, no, not that way, because it has to look exactly how we envisioned it. But that's not true. You can say, okay, that works. High five. One more, okay. Once the task is done, be super appreciative. You can clap, high five, say things like, yay, we did it. I'm so glad we did that together. I had a lot of fun. Did you have a lot of fun?
Did you have fun doing your dishes?
I feel like I just said a lot of words, so I'm going to give you a recent example. Over the holidays, I was with my family. My nieces were fighting, and I, of course, was tasked with fitting a cocktail pitcher that my sister had just made into the fridge that was already full. So I yelled out, "Who wants to help me organize?" And to my surprise, the natural organizer of the two sisters wasn't like me, the little one who we've been consistent with, but she's not as natural at organizing, was like me, and she ran over. So we organized together. I was showing her where to put what we were putting. I was letting her know that we needed to put the pitcher in, and even if she placed it not at the exact place, it's okay. We like rerouted it and remapped, and at the end she was so proud of her work. She took a little picture like this so that she could show everybody what she had done, and I thanked her for doing it with me, and I let her know that I had a lot of fun doing it with her. Be positive and encouraging throughout the entire experience, and it will be a positive experience. Even if they're frustrated at some point, be encouraging and walk them through it and help them get over that, and it'll be a positive experience. Yes, you can. It just got stuck over here, do you see?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's unstick it. If it hits a point where they're not going to be able to get over it on that day, that's okay. You can show them that it's possible by doing it for them, and then it can still be a positive experience. Number 6, build their autonomy. All of these tasks you're doing with your kids are going to go from teamwork to autonomous. Giving kids the autonomy to do these tasks to create a nice space for themselves will build their confidence, their sense of belonging, their communal responsibility, self-esteem, fine motor skills, and pre-academic skills. And if you don't believe me, check out the research done by Marnie Rossman with the University of Minnesota, and I'm sure there's much more. And that's what I have for you today on organizing with kids. Remember to be positive, patient, mindful in the tasks you're doing with your kids, consistent and appreciative. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, and I can't wait to see how your kids grow in their space. If you liked this video, I appreciate you taking a second to hit the like button and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.